I want to talk about some of the positive investments and changes that I've made in my business in this past year that could hopefully help you or be something that you may want to consider as well. So some of the best investments that I have made in 2021, number one, I would say the mastermind group that I am in. It has been tremendously impactful. I've been in coaching programs in the past, and I was able to get different things from those different programs based on where I was in my business at the time, what I wanted to focus on. But this mastermind group was a much higher level, a much higher price point mastermind than I had ever invested in before. And it was a little scary because the price tag was much higher than I was used to and was higher than I was really prepared to spend, in all honesty, when I was looking for different options. But I felt that the group was exactly what I needed, and it has provided a tremendous return on investment. I think that really being around other entrepreneurs who are just as focused on growth and scaling their business and implementing new ideas, that alone is so important. Being around people of a certain level, you always want to make sure that you are not the most intelligent or successful person in any group that you're in, because that means that you don't have anything to learn, and you want to be around people who are doing bigger and better things so that you can learn from them. But there's also so much that everyone can share with each other, no matter if they are doing the highest amount of revenue in a group or not. And we have done some in-person mastermind events through that group. Those have been amazing. I mean, being in person with people, there is just nothing better than that. You can really get so much done in a short time period. It is just phenomenal what you can achieve. And not just the strategies and the new information, but the networking and the collaboration opportunities and the partnership opportunities. They are endless. I came away from my last mastermind that I went to with a new joint venture opportunity, some great friends, great connections, and people who I can collaborate with for years to come. So it's very exciting, but that program itself has been so amazing for me. So if you are not in a mastermind or in some sort of coaching program, ask yourself why. I mean, do you think that there's nothing more for you to learn, or that you can't possibly grow your business anymore, or that you know everything? Because if that's not the case, then I would highly recommend investing in something like that. Paid ads has been another tremendous investment for me. So a lot of businesses, they lose money on ads because they don't really know what to do. They're not using a start to finish strategy. They haven't really thought it out. They don't know the technical side. They don't really know what to look for, how to optimize, and how to really scale this up. But if you do know that, ads are by far the best business investment that you can make. If you put $1 in and get $3 out, I mean, that is the dream. And that's what I've been able to do through my own business this year. And I've been able to help a lot of our students and clients do the exact same thing. So paid ads online, it's really a necessity these days. But there's a lot of offline strategies you can do as well, such as direct mail. Direct mail is still a really, really solid return on investment advertising platform. And there's a lot of other ones, but I would say that doing direct mail, doing really just personalized communications and follow-up can be very, very strong. But paid ads overall, social media, YouTube, that is where I would focus my money in 2022. There are also a couple of different tools that I've invested in that I've really loved and that I've used a lot. One of them is this microphone. So if you're doing any type of content, having a good mic is critical. And this is an Audio Technica mic, and it's not super expensive. It's really great quality. I'd highly recommend it. Also, my Logitech Brio webcam, that's been another really, really great tool that I have utilized this year. So if you're doing any type of video, screen sharing, screen recording, webcam type of activities, then that one has been a great one as well. I also invested in an X chair, so you can see that behind me. My X chair has been awesome. I actually have a lot of chronic back pain. I've had upper neck and back problems virtually my whole life. And I realized that, man, I spend a lot of time in my chair, so I should be willing to invest in a really high quality ergonomic chair. It's got massage, it's got heat, it's really great. And most importantly, it helps keep my body in the right position, doesn't put strain on my back and my neck. So that's been another great one. My standing desk is another one that has been great for me physically, and it also helps with your energy levels as well, standing up instead of sitting all the time. So if you are someone who is at a desk or at a computer a lot, those are really great investments to have. A couple of things that I feel like have been really great but are not necessarily business related, however they are. One of them has been my Oura Ring. So this is my Oura Ring. It is something that tracks my sleep, and it tracks activity and recovery time and your heart rate and all those different things. But truthfully, your sleep is so critical to your performance. And I struggled for a long time with my sleep, and getting this has really allowed me to track my stats and make sure that I'm focusing on improving what needs to be improved upon. It's just like with your paid advertising. If you don't know the data, you have no idea where to focus and what to improve. Same thing with your health. You need to know where you are so you can see where you want to go. And different stats tell you different things. So the Oura Ring has been awesome. I've loved it. Anybody who wants to keep track of their sleep and really feel great all around, I would highly recommend it. Another one has been the Muse Headset. So the Muse Headset is a meditation headset, and I struggled for a long time with trying to meditate. This is my Muse Headset right here, and I felt like I could not do it. My mind's always racing. I have 1,000 ideas a day, and I could never just quiet my brain. But exactly like I mentioned with the Oura Ring, if you don't know where you are, if you don't have a baseline of how you're doing, you can't improve, and you can't see the improvement, so you can't be motivated. You can't see that you are actually improving on things. And that's what the Muse headset allows you to do. So you can set it to just a couple of minutes initially, and it's going to tell you how you're doing. It's going to show you how many minutes your mind is active, neutral, and calm. It gives you instant feedback with birds chirping, so you know if your mind is calm when the birds are chirping. And so it really makes it so much easier to be able to do. And I've been able to really get pretty good at it, and it feels great because it gives you not only the ability to do those meditations, but what it's ultimately doing is giving you the ability to quiet your mind in times of stress. And as an entrepreneur, there are always times of stress that we're going to have. And so being able to have that as a skill, very, very important. But I love being able to see data on anything, because when I see the data, I know how I'm doing, I know what I need to improve on, and I can actually implement what I need to implement to make those positive changes. Another one has been my Chili sleep pad. So sleep has been something I've been really focused on this year. It is a cooling mattress pad. I need to be cold when I sleep, so that's been amazing. I also got a really good eye mask because I also need it to be really dark, and a weighted blanket. So those things have been amazing for sleep, along with the Oura Ring. In terms of other supplements that I take, so Balance of Nature is what I've been taking, and it's really fruits and vegetables supplements. That's it. It's, organic, high quality produce. They basically grind it down into this fine powder in dark and in the cold, so it keeps all of those nutrients in there, and I've seen a tremendous difference. I also take vitamin D and magnesium. I take apple cider vinegar. I also take probiotics. So those are all really great things, but I say overall Balance of Nature and vitamin D, those are two things I'd strongly, strongly recommend to anyone, because again, your health is directly tied to the performance of your business, because it's tied to your mental capacity and your ability to actually show up and give it your all every day and to think clearly and make the right decisions. So your sleep and your health and your mind, being able to really master those things, will allow you to grow your business even under, a lot of pressure or negative circumstances surrounding you. You'll be able to really make it work and go far. Another thing that I have really enjoyed has been my Sweat app. So I love to exercise, but I'd been getting really complacent in the exercises that I was doing. So I got the Sweat app, and this is kind of like a personal trainer on your phone. They've got a ton of different programs. You can do it anywhere, any time of day. You don't have to have equipment. So if you're on the go, if you do a lot of traveling, or if you're just kind of short on time and you can't make it to a gym, this is definitely something I'd recommend. And it is no joke. It is hard, but it has given me a ton of positive changes just in the last 3 or 4 months that I've been doing it. So definitely another one that I would recommend just for your physical performance overall. I also have really enjoyed my Remarkable tablet. So this is a Remarkable tablet. It is kind of like I guess it kind of looks like an iPad, but it's a writing pad. That's my daughter. She likes to draw on it sometimes, but it's a notebook. It's a digital notebook. And why I really like this is because I'm very much a pen and paper type of person. And I have dozens and dozens of notebooks. And you fill up a notebook and you still have so many good ideas and so many good notes in those notebooks, but it's very hard to go back and find them. You also don't want to keep so many notebooks in the event that you may need one of those notes one day that you don't even know if you're going to be able to go back and find. So it allows you to organize different notebooks. You can have different paper formats. There are checklist formats, there are chart formats, there are, regular lined paper formats, lots of different options. But it's great for people who are naturally inclined to write pen to paper like I am, but you can translate it into text. So I write it, I can convert it into text, so I can, paste it in a note or in Asana or send it to my team. I can also just send a PDF of the actual written document through email if I need to, or connect it to Dropbox or Drive. So that's been really great for me, just to stay organized and not have to have tons of different notebooks. So it limits what I have to have on hand. It also makes it a lot easier for me to find what I need to find, and also to share my notes and my ideas with my team in a way that I was not able to in the past. I would also say that travel has been one of the best investments for me. So I've done quite a bit of traveling this past year, and traveling for leisure is something I always feel is a great investment, because it renews your spirit and your just mindset and gives you some fun and enjoyment in life, because being a business owner is all consuming a lot of days and you need some time for yourself. But also travel for entrepreneurial things, for events, for collaborations, for mastermind groups. These things are very well worth it. I think being in person with other people is so important, and you need to take the time to do that. I always find that whatever I'm doing, if I have to travel for it, I am going to make the most of it. I'm going to get so much out of it. So those are just some of my top investments and purchases of 2021 that hopefully you guys will look into. A few of the strategies that we've been utilizing really successfully in 2021. So one thing that I've focused on a lot, and I'm finally about to launch all of these things, so I'm really excited, is just utilizing more passive income strategies. So I want to be able to have as much flexibility in my life as possible. I want to be able to help as many people as possible. And if you are relying on trading your time for money, there is such a cap to how much you can make and how many people you can help. So really putting your knowledge into programs or courses or resources that can be sold over and over again without you is something that is really important. And so I have taken so much of what I've been working on for years, and we've really put them into these packages that will be able to be sold digitally, but will also, most importantly, have a super high impact. It's going to be tremendously helpful for the people who are buying these. It's going to really fill a void in the market that I've seen. And so I'm so excited to get those up and running. One example would be my brand new high-level masterclass. It's only $47. I'd highly encourage you guys to check that out. It's allybloyd.com/high level. So this is basically a complete high level setup course, really explaining exactly what you can do with the program, how it works, why it's so important. But even more than that, helping you get it set up step by step, helping you overcome all of those technical challenges, reducing the overwhelm, and getting you off on the right foot so you can make this transition. Another thing is really going all in on my primary group coaching program offer. So simplifying what I'm doing, not doing as many things, really focusing on that one offer this entire year has been what I've done outside of what we've been building on the back end. And that has allowed me to grow tremendously. I've also taken the information and the coaching that my coach has given me, and I've done it. I am the kind of person who feels like if I'm paying somebody for their expertise, I'm going to do what they say. I'm going to do everything that they say. And if it doesn't work, I'll come back to them and we can figure out why it's not working. But for the most part, it does work. And so just really listening to those that have been where you are and have gotten where you want to go and doing what they say to do sometimes is just one of the simplest strategies in the world. And so I think ultimately just being able to take everything that I have compiled over the course of the year, really over the course of my career, and start to grow this mastermind group in 2022. That's kind of my next iteration of service. I'm really excited about that. I have been working with my coach to kind of plan out what that's going to look like, and just really excited to try and find a solid, small group of high-level entrepreneurs who are ready to just kick it up a notch in 2022 and go to amazing new places, no matter what industry they're in, and no matter what types of challenges are thrown at them. There's always a way to overcome them. So that'll kind of be the next thing that I focus on next year, but that's something that I have been working on the last several months to get ready to put together. So simplifying my offers, really making sure that my tracking is up to date always. That's another big thing. You do not ever want to let your sales tracking or your ad tracking go by the wayside. You need to stay up to date on that on a daily, weekly, monthly basis if you want to be able to make the changes that will prevent you from wasting money and allow you to profit as much as humanly possible. And then another piece would be really, I've focused a lot on my back-end sales processes and my sales team. We've had some turnover on the sales team. We've had, some hiccups in terms of just the sales people that we've had on board and appointment setters and things like that. And that's always going to be something that business owners have to deal with, but realizing that it is one of the most important things in your entire business, because without sales, you do not have a business. It doesn't matter how great what you offer is. If you can't get leads and you can't close sales, you do not have a business. So that has to be a high priority for you no matter what. So really just fine-tuning our sales processes, getting some great salespeople on board, and making sure that that is something that I am consciously aware of every single day has been another thing that has really helped me grow in this past year. So 2021 was an awesome year for me. I definitely had some challenges that were thrown my way, but overall it was such a great year, and I'm so looking forward to 2022 to see how far I can push the envelope and how much I can help business owners just like you scale their businesses as well. I appreciate you taking this time with me, and I would absolutely love to hear from you. Find me on social media. You can DM me on Instagram at Allie Bloyd Media. I'd love to hear from you. Have a wonderful new year.